You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
After the excitement that was Atlanta last week, we now head to the Northeast for the 21st round, and only 6 races left before we head to the playoffs, and it's getting more and more exciting as we get closer to that finale in Phoenix, just a couple of months away now. Good evening, everybody. My name is Sam Cuvena here with the ESPN. Thank you for making us a part of your evening. Joining me once again in the booth is Mr. Tony Trapasso, and a lot of excitement last week in Atlanta. We're probably going to see a little bit more here at New Hampshire.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is one of those tracks that you either love it or you hate it, and from what I've been able to gather, a lot of drivers not happy with this track.
Yeah, we've only got 12 in the field tonight, so short field for this one, but with this being a shorter track, this might actually help matters with regards to cautions and stuff like that, and a lot of drivers struggling around the track, as you've already alluded to. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue during the race, but still going to have a lot of excitement here tonight, as everybody in the field is pretty well bunched up right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's real tight qualifying right now. Top 6 separated by a 10th.
Yeah, as we gotta go down to the track and see exactly what's going on, as got about 1 minute and 19 seconds left in practice, and currently at the top is last week's winner, Brandon Lowe's. He's currently in pit road right now. A couple of interesting paint schemes we've noticed during along the way. Brandon Lowe's running a throwback out Valvoline scheme, and this one probably the most interesting of all, Greg McConey's interesting Italian-themed paint scheme tonight.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not more upset with that paint scheme than you are, Sam, considering what happened in the UEFA Cup.
I've gotten over it.
But yeah, a lot of sharp schemes here tonight. Ryan Decker rocking the Oreo 28. I mean, just some sharp schemes. There's a very sharp scheme with Brandon Lowe's rocking a throwback Valvoline scheme. I mean, just sharp paint throughout the field tonight.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, only 12 taking the green tonight, and we've got 25 seconds left in it. Blaze Richardson returning to the series. Cody Strom, who finally got a decent result out of it last week after a poor showing at Road America, looking to do the same again. The only driver not to set a time yet in practice. That is a worrying sign to as to whether he's going to actually take part in the race or not.
Well, he just got in the session, so
that's also true.
And just real quick, fun fact about New Hampshire. The only state in the union where it is officially illegal to inhale bus fumes with the intent of inducing euphoria.
Right, so we learn something new every day.
And we're going to give another fun fact about the state of New Hampshire during every caution flag tonight.
Absolutely. Another fun fact about Ireland, apparently it's illegal to splash someone with your car.
Really?
Yeah. It's
good. I'm moving to Ireland.
It's classified as a hit and run, believe it or not. A misdemeanor,
well,
a misdemeanor hit and run, but yeah.
Well, technically it could be considered assault, but
yeah.
That's why you throw a pepper shaker at people, because that's not assault.
This is true.
Anyways, qualifying underway right now.
Absolutely. As we're looking at last week's winner, Brandon Lowe's. He's out on track right now as he's got 2 laps to get it done here. Last week's winner had a very entertaining race at Atlanta. Looking to do the same here tonight as he's making his way out of turn 4 down towards the line. And we'll start his qualifying run. And now, as Greg LeBlanc is actually going to be the first driver to put a time down.
Yeah, absolutely. As I was watching Connor Trafari, he had a little bit of a moment coming out of 4 and just brushed the turn 4 wall, taking the green. As LeBlanc immediately bumped off by Frank Marchese. So Marchese on one here tonight for qualifying, looking to get his second win of the season after a dominating performance at Road America.
Yeah, missed last week's race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, obviously owing to connection problems. He's got them fixed now. He's not running on his VPN anymore. He's actually got gigabit internet now, so definitely going to be.
And he's hardwired finally.
Yeah, I know, right? He's actually going up in the world, whereas I'm still on this freaking potato internet. But anyway,
because Ireland.
Some people might consider that as prejudice, but anyway, Frank Marchese.
Hey, I'm half Irish, so I can say shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg McConey in second, Colin Trafari up to third. Cody Strom is in the session. He's in P5. There's Mark McFadden in that awesome big paint scheme he's been bringing out the last few weeks. Really, really digging that.
Wow. Marconi just bumped Marchese. And Scott Warren to the top of the pile. Good grief, Scott. Leaves him on the table for the rest of the kids.
Yeah, and he's a man out for redemption this week after leading quite a number of the laps at Atlanta last week, and it all just came apart for him near the end there. And he's going to be a man on a mission tonight. I'll be looking out for that number 76.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's It's such a wide open race. I mean, I'm kind of looking at the times through the hot lap session, and everybody that put a time, or, a good time down in the hot lap session, there's only one car that's not sub 31 seconds after practice.
Yeah, absolutely. There's big news and big heartbreak for Brandon Lowe's. He's kind of he's on a fast lap now. He was on a couple of slow laps there, probably not getting the right runs he wanted on his out lap. So here he comes through turns 3 and 4. Let's see what he can put down this time. Last week's race winner, is he very close to the wall out of turn 4, crosses the line, puts in a... Well, I think he might have wasted both his laps because that lap did not count at all.
You are correct, sir. But it would have been good enough for pole had the lap counted.
Yeah, Blaze Richardson making his return to the series after quite a number of races off. He's rocking the Rockstar Ford Mustang for this one in that number 18. And
boo!
I like a bit of Rockstar. Well, we're gonna have a bit of a battle on the track because it's going to be Rockstar versus Monster, because Jason Papp is rocking the Monster Chevrolet here tonight
in the Rowdy Energy Cup.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that sees the irony here?
A little bit. As 30 seconds as Blaze Richardson hits the wall coming out of turn 2. That lap won't count.
Yeah, and that's his first lap, so he might be able to get a second one in.
No, it's less than 20 seconds.
Coming out of turn 4, there's 18 seconds left.
That lap won't count.
And let's find out.
5 seconds left in qualifying. He's not going to make it. So that leaves Scott Warren on the pole for qualifying here at New Hampshire. That should make things very, very interesting here in this race, as we're going to go to the grid for this race. And starting up on the pole will be none other than Mr. Scott Warren, as I already mentioned, looking for redemption here tonight. So watch for him on that front row. Row 2, on the front row in pole position. Joining him on the front row will be Greg McConey. Row 2 will be Frank Marchese and Connor Trafari. Row 3 will be Greg LeBlanc and Cody Strom. Row 4 will be Mark McFadden and Brandon Lowe's. Row 5, Ryan Decker and Ryan Worley. Blaze Richardson and Jason Papp. The two energy cars going to be battling out from the back of the grid in 11th and 12th.
So yeah, 12 drivers here tonight, 115 laps of scheduled distance. They have a total of 6 sets of tires here tonight, and New Hampshire is one of those tracks that likes to cheese grater the right front. But welcome to Loudon, ladies and gentlemen, where it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit ambient air temperature, 112 degree track temperature, 4-mile-an-hour winds out of the northwest, which means they're going to get a cross breeze going through 1 and 2. So watch out for these guys having a little bit of issues coming out of 2. And as rainy as it's been here in the Northeast, relatively dry today.
Yeah, and that amounts to 26 degrees Celsius for those that are not watching in America. And it's going to be it's exactly the same temperatures we had here in Ireland today. So very interesting to see that kind of weather out there tonight. So it's a very, very hot and sticky race surface that might work in the favor of some drivers. But Tony, for the first time tonight, let's get us going.
Field worked his way through the 3-4 complex. The only thing that's left to do is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, and race fans, it's showtime!
Green flag in the air. We are racing here at Loudon, and in towards turn 1 we go, and it's going to be Scott Warren that's going to lead them down. Right behind them, Greg McConey in second place, but side by side between Connor Trafari and Frank Marchese coming out of turn 2.
No love lost between those two, as we've seen. Oh, wow! What a shot!
That's Greg LeBlanc into the wall. Yellow flag will fly. And that is not what you want to see it this early in the race here, Tony.
No, because that's a basilar skull fracture waiting to happen. The way he hit coming out of turn 2, just nosed it into the wall. cold tires to blame there, but more importantly, take a look at what happened to Cody Strom. And then LeBlanc eats. Yeah, Strom had nowhere to go, eats the inside Armco barrier, and then LeBlanc headlong into the tire wall that they use to set up the road course here. And LeBlanc is now driving a pavement modified, which is very fitting considering that they run pavement modifieds here quite successfully usually.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's going to have to burn that fast repair now. And only on lap 2, he's got to be careful for the rest of the race. Same for Cody Strom. He's missing the hood on that car as we've got Ryan Decker in pit road already.
Decker may or may not have caught a piece of that.
I'm not seeing any damage on that number 28 Oreos machine. We'll just focus on it for a second, just to be entirely completely sure as to what happened here. But Decker is definitely on pit road. He's not taking tires. However, it looks like it might be, yep, just a fuel stop for him.
All right, then. Or he may have had to work on one of his sim racing peripherals. That's a long fuel stop. If that was just for fuel, he probably forgot to put fuel in the tank after qualifying.
Or he was actually pit farming it, and you might have been right. He might have got a piece of it. Piece of the.
No, he didn't. Completely missed.
So
yeah, no, that was fuel because the neither side of the car went airborne, so that was just fuel.
Yeah, an interesting incident there for Ryan Decker, but it's going to be. Cody Strom did not burn a fast repair. You can actually see on his car that he's still got that damage on the front of that Chevrolet Camaro. Whereas Blaze Richardson, Greg LeBlanc, has not burned his fast repair either. So they're actually saving that fast repair for when they actually need it. Obviously, this track not a draft-centric track, so they don't really need to burn it right now.
Oh, but you're definitely going to need the front splitter on the front of this car, to get that car to even initiate the turn. Yeah, it's only a mile, but you still need every little piece of aero that you can get. As the lights are out on the pace car, Sam.
Absolutely, they're going to come through for turn 3 and 4. The pace car will make the left turn on towards pit road. There he goes, and it's going to be Scott Warren in control of the field again as they come out of turn 4. Green flag in the air. We're racing once again as we head down towards turn 1 here at Loudon on lap 5 of 115.
And the fun fact for that last caution: it is illegal in the state of New Hampshire to clean up a national forest without a permit.
In the wall! Sorry to cut you off there.
There it goes.
McConey, big hit into the wall there. He's going to bleed a lot of spots now. You can continue, by the way.
Well, he's definitely pancaked the right side of that Mountain Dew Ford Mustang. But if a person is caught raking the beaches, picking up litter, hauling away trash, or building a bench for the park, or many other things without a permit, he or she may be fined $150 for maintaining the national forest without a permit.
And here's my other fun fact from Ireland: if you find a precious metal or anything that is of any value to the I don't know, oil or gold or silver, anything like that, you are actually not allowed to own it. You have to immediately hand it over to the government. So you're not allowed to claim it.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I know, right? You're not allowed to claim it for your own. You have to give it over to the government, or you will face prison time.
So that means I can't mug a leprechaun.
No, you can't. Anyway, well, back in the front, we got Scott Warren in the lead. Conor Trafari up to second. Graham McConey still holding on to third, and this is what the point I was making earlier. He may have hit the wall right there, but still holding strong up there in third place. Ryan Worley, his teammate, and his other teammate, Frank Marchese, right behind him as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that team running pretty decent right now as Worley throws to the inside of Marconi. And don't look now, but here comes Brandon Lowe's after starting deep in the pack, already up, flirting with the top 5.
Yeah, up 2 spots already from where he started. Obviously, that was because of the demise of Cody Strom and Greg LeBlanc. Those two have fallen back into the tail end of the pack. Cody Strom ahead of Jason Papp right now, who's bringing up the rear of the field. But we're going to go back to the lead battle right now. This one between Scott Warren and Conor Trafari. Not really a battle anymore because Scott Warren is starting to get away. He's starting to check out here.
This is one of those tracks that kind of falls into... Whoa! Big moment for Marchese.
Yeah, Marchese is around and in the infield. Gonna have to take the road course chicane, the bus stop as you will, as he gets going again. No damage on that number 20. Well, he does have damage on the 24 on the left side. As Cody Strom is in trouble as well, crashing into the pit wall out of turn 4. So Strom in trouble again.
And that's one of those weird spots of the track where you don't really expect somebody to spin the way that he did.
Oh. We just went back and looked at Frank Marchese's incident. Yeah, he just got it all sideways coming out of turn 2 and into that inside Armco barrier. Whereas the incident for Cody Strom, this is what Tony was talking about. Coming through turns 3 and 4. And yeah, just got on the power too early and just went sideways.
I'm thinking he might have more damage on that Granger number 26 than he wants to admit, because that's not a spot that you would normally expect somebody to... The way that he looped that car is not normal.
Yeah. As I'm going to reload trading paints because it's showing me a yellow and red Chevrolet on Strom's car for some reason, so it's still showing a yellow and red car.
Well, he still has the Sunoco, what do you call it, Spectrum label or spec map, but yeah, no, I'm showing he's got Granger on that car for tonight.
Well, let's take a look. Well,
just about wholesale pit stops as Worley, Lowe's, and Papp all stayed out.
Yeah, Marchese,
but everybody else bringing it in.
Yeah, Marchese in. Now the question is he going to burn a fast repair here? We're about to
find out.
I would assume
as much. With as hard as he hit that inside concrete on the backstretch, you've got to have some sort of suspension damage on that car.
God bless custom numbers, because now it's showing a white Exalta paint on Frank Marchese's car. Not sure if you're seeing the same thing, but...
No, I'm still showing him in DuPont, but let me refresh my trading paints to see if I have it wrong.
It's always an issue.
Thanks, Trading Paints. We love you and hate you at the same time.
Just a bit of a PSA from our point of view. Just want to apologise to the fans of the E-Formula Series. Both myself and Frank Marchese had major issues on Saturday with... well, the server just did not want to play ball on Saturday with latency for both myself and Frank Marchese going through the roof on Saturday.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And another fun fact about the state of New Hampshire. In cemeteries, it's illegal to get drunk, picnic, or enter at night, and enter by oneself if that person is younger than 10. I would hope it would be illegal to get drunk if you're younger than 10.
I should think so, as Tony, get us going.
As the pace car makes that hard left turn onto pit road, Worley has the button, holds him down, green flag comes out, we're back underway, and don't look now, but here comes Brandon Lowe's on the high side. He's got Scott Warren behind Worley as Lowe's gets the clear. Worley throws it to the inside, still side by side, 3D.
Now, Ryan Worley been searching all season long for that race win, as we are 3 wide for 4th place right now, and McFadden thankfully backing out of that one because that could have ended. It did, and it already did. It's Decker in trouble. Lot of cars getting hit right there. Ryan Decker, Greg LeBlanc in it as well. His yellow flag out for the 3rd time here in only 15 laps.
And that was contact with McFadden as Wow.
Yeah, Decker bounced off the wall. LeBlanc got into him. Looks like the 26 of Cody Strong got a piece of it as well. As Cody Strong's paint scheme is showing up for me now, by the way.
Yeah, it's Marconi's old scheme.
Oh yeah, body armor. Oh, yeah. Anyway, third caution of the night here, Tony, and it's pretty obvious to say that New Hampshire is already starting to show its true colors.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Marconi bringing it down, Decker bringing it down pit road. The only two takers this time, along with the very wounded 27 of Greg LeBlanc. And on to our next fun fact. It's illegal to pick seaweed up off the beach at night.
At night?
At night.
What, do they think they're going to get attacked by Swamp Thing or something? I don't know.
I'm just telling you, if any person in night, if any person shall carry away or collect for the purpose of carrying away any seaweed or lockweed from the seashore below the high water mark between twilight and dawn, they shall be fined no less than $500.
Interesting.
So, interesting facts about the great state of New Hampshire.
Another interesting Irish fact, blasphemy is still illegal over here.
Shocking.
And will carry it, and also carry a jail sentence. It won't get you
Good for you guys.
It won't get you flogged like the old times.
Well, depends on which county you do it in.
Well, there is a band called Flogging Molly, and it's named after a famous pastime in Ireland. So,
well familiar with the band. Some of the finest crafted Irish punk rock, folk infused music that you're gonna find.
Yeah, from Boston as we get ready to go racing out of turn 4 right now. We're
Detroit.
Ready, well, whatever. As we are racing once again down towards turn 1, and it's Brian Worley and Brandon Lowe's going at it as they're side by side through 1 and 2.
As Trafari and Warren still side by side as well.
Warren!
And wow, big moment.
Yeah, Warren going sideways, thankfully gets it collected, but a very scary moment by the 76. It looks like they are having trouble keeping the car underneath them out of turn 2. We've seen that several times already here tonight.
Some of these guys are running the car a little bit on the loose side, more loose than you would really want to, as connection issues for Ryan Worley.
Yeah, Blaze Richardson just went round and didn't really hold the brake there as Mark McFadden. He came back down the track again, and McFadden just had nowhere to go.
Jason, wow, watch what happens to Jason Papp.
As we're just going to look at Blaze Richardson's incident. Goes completely sideways and then just turns left. As wow, that was an incident. That was a shot for Papp into the safer barrier there.
Well, that wasn't really it's old school safer barrier. It's just tires.
It's polystyrene blocks. Basically. Old school safer barrier is just polystyrene blocks.
Oh no, that's at Oswego. Those are tires.
Yeah. As we're under our 4th caution of the night, so here is Tony with the 4th fact of the night.
Oh, let's see. Where do we want to go? On Sundays, citizens may not relieve themselves while looking up. So if you're having a tinkle at the bar, you're not allowed to look at the ceiling.
I'm starting to think that New Hampshire's a very religious state.
Oh, wait till you see what the next one is.
Oh, great. You gotta wait till the next caution for that one. And I know our little game is going to annoy a few people in the hierarchy, but we're just trying to keep you guys entertained. That's all. As a big hello to
Just fun facts.
Absolutely. As we're looking as a big hello to the 13 people that are here watching here on YouTube, and hello to everybody that's watching on Twitch. As for those that are just joining us, we're under our fourth caution of the night. We're only on lap 21 here of 115. If things get going the way they are here, Tony, we could be in for a long night here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're playing the at-home drinking game, we're up to 4 shots.
Depends on what shots you're drinking, but yeah.
Now you remember the old at-home drinking game?
Oh, I know. But shots of what is the question? I usually pick Jägermeister, so.
Well, the good news is if you use either Jägermeister or Fireball, when you do eventually regurgitate said drink, you can use that same drink to wash the taste of the regurgitation out of your mouth.
Interesting fact. Anyway, lights are off on the pace car. We're just making our way in towards turn 3 and 4, and we're about to go racing once again here at New Hampshire. And this time, Brandon Lowe's opted for the outside line on the restart. As the pace car peels off, Lowe's going to have the button as they come out of turn 4, down towards the line, green flag in the air, and hopefully we can finally get a good run out of this one.
Well, he's still side by side with Trafari, as we've seen the guys that have been on that very inside line struggle to be able to get the power down safely all night long, as the teammates Marchese and Marconi, and we're under caution again.
Yes, Blaze Richardson again going around, and Jason Papp getting into the side of him again. Well, Papp didn't hit him last time, but let's take a look at what happened.
I'm thinking Richardson's got suspension damage on that car, and I don't think he realizes it. Good grief.
Yeah, he went around all by himself again through turn 2, came back down the track, and it's situations like this where you really need to pay attention to your relative. Unfortunately, I hate to criticize drivers, but you really need to pay attention to your relative.
As race control changes it to a single file restart.
I believe Blaze Richardson might have put it on the hauler, so.
Yes.
So Blaze Richardson is out.
So next fun fact about the state of New Hampshire. You may not tap your feet, nod your head, or in any way keep time to music in a tavern, restaurant, or cafe.
Huh. Not fans of music then, I can assume.
Not in a bar.
It's weird because in the next state over in Maine, they're actually quite big fans of music. So.
Well, most of New England is.
Yeah, Vermont as well. And
yeah, there's
Delaware.
Fiddlers. There's a good well, Delaware's not really New England. It's mid-Atlantic, but yeah, there's a pretty decent Fiddlers Festival over in Vermont every fall. So, all right then. Lights go out on the pace car, and now Connor Trafari has the button.
Yeah, the single file restart happening right now as Ryan Decker is back in pit road once again. And we are ready to go racing. And Tony, I'm going to give you that honor this time as we come to the end of our 5th caution of the night.
Field working its way down the back straightaway. Trafari, Lowe's, Marchese, LeBlanc, Warren, Strom, Worley, Marconi, Papp, McFadden, Decker. We started with 12. We're down to 11 as these guys working their way into turn number 3 and running that outer line. And you can see the groove there in the asphalt, different paves going on there. And pace car comes in, coming off of turn number 4. Trafari holds him down. Green flag is out. We're back underway, and he's got his rearview mirrors filled with the 25 of Brandon Lowe's.
Yeah, and Brandon Lowe's going straight to the inside there of Trafari through turn 2. Is he going to hold on to it, though? That's the question. Trafari getting the better run down the backstretch here, and Trafari just able to hold on. Great exit of the corner right there.
Well, this is something we've seen a lot all season long so far, is that second lane is able to defend because this car carries so much more momentum in that second lane. And Connor Trafari on corner exit is where all the rubber has already been laid down. And we've seen everybody on that inside lane really kind of struggle to be able to use the loud pedal because it's just less rubber down there.
And these two still side by side as they're battling for the lead tooth and nail right now. And we've got more than 2 laps. Well, we're about to go more than 2 laps under green here. So this is a promising restart here as they're getting closer and closer out of turn 4. And Marchese and Scott Warren just watching behind them, seeing the action unfold. They're getting a nice grandstand seat right there.
4-car breakaway at the front. Lowe's, Trafari, Marchese, and Warren as Worley was slugging it out with LeBlanc there for a while. And they're 3 wide for the lead. Marchese goes for a ride.
Yeah, and it was always going to be a worrying thing, him taking that very deep line. We've seen a lot of drivers take that here tonight, and it's all ended in tears, and it's ended in tears once again for the 24.
Absolutely, but the good news is he didn't hit the wall this time, so he was able to collect it. He's praying for another caution as way down on the field, 4 seconds to the tail behind Mark McFadden right now, who is still running a wounded Bic number 5.
Yep, there he is, just right behind Ryan Decker, as Connor Trafari now has Scott Warren for company. Brandon Lowe's has fallen back to P4 now. Ryan Worley has dispatched him right now, and the other dude's racing car, Greg McConey, is right on his tail now as well.
And this is a battle of tires right now as everybody in front of Brandon Lowe's has 19 or less laps on their tires. And Lowe's is the only one that has not gone pit for new tires yet. So he's still on the original set that these guys qualified on, as Warren and Trafari still side by side. Warren with a nose out front coming to the stripe, give the lap to Warren.
Yeah, I believe that's the first lap he's led all night, so good for him in that number 76 as they come through. Turns 1 and 2 still side by side, the 76 and the 48, as Warren gets a much better run and takes that lead with authority. Trafari could do nothing about it.
Kind of aggressive there from Scott Warren, which you've come to expect, as Worley still with the connection issues coming out of turn number 4. Lowe's now in the 4th spot has to deal with Greg Marconi, who's starting to fill his rearview mirror more and more, as Marconi only 8 laps since the last time he was down pit road.
Yeah, Marconi able to get away from Greg LeBlanc, and Trafari's around. And again, another mistake out of turn 2, and Trafari into the Unco.
He did not touch anything.
Oh, wow. It looks like he did from my
He just, another coat of paint on that car and he would have been screwed, but wow, what a driving job for Connor Trafari.
Yep, as we go back to the front of the field right now, and it's still Scott Warren in the lead, followed by Ryan Worley up to second. But look at the battle for 3rd place right now as Greg McConey, damaged car and all, still going at it with Brandon Lowe's, as he really would love to get another podium out of this one here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As Marconi with the fresher tires throws it to the inside, Lowe's kind of has to just let him go, trying to use that outside lane to conserve what little tire he has left on that Chevy Camaro not having a good time of it. He's one of the other drivers that right now is praying for a caution.
Yeah, still showing some great speed in that number 12 machine, though. Not doing too badly at all. As we go back to Greg LeBlanc, who's currently occupying the last spot in the top 5 on an island all by himself, as he's got a decent gap over the number 1 of Jason Papp right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As Pap, this is just a night that he'd probably just as soon forget after having some issues early, catching 2 race cars to the face, and finally getting it sorted out. Gets back, almost flirting with the top 5. Has an uphill battle to get to Greg LeBlanc, 2.5 seconds back, as LeBlanc just over 2 seconds behind your top 4, who are really starting to stretch their legs.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the paint scheme on Jason Papp's car. It's very interesting. A matte black car with a matte black, matte grey splodges all over it. Interesting car, as we've got a 3-way battle for second place now.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Marconi right all over the back end of Ryan Worley, as Worley continues to have the blinkies, and Brandon Lowe's really kind of hanging with these guys right now, as it looks like the tires are starting to even out after about 16, 17 laps. So the difference between the haves and the have-nots not as pronounced as it was a couple restarts ago.
Yeah, now these 3 have caught up to the back of Scott Warren, who might have bent the goodie off his tires already, looking to stay out in front, but it's going to be a difficult task. Ryan Worley, very hungry for a win, not got what he's been close plenty of times this season, just not able to get that extra push to the top step of the podium as they cross the line, and we start lap 39 here of 115.
Yeah, absolutely. As everybody got the opening jitters out of their system, these guys are starting to pick them up and lay them down as far as laps go. And don't look now, but Connor Trafari and Frank Marchese already both back inside the top 10.
Yeah, it's not a difficult thing to do. I mean, there's only 11 cars left on the track out of 12 that started. Marchese behind Trafari. Now, that's an interesting thing to see right there, because Marchese, I believe, got ahead of Trafari, and Trafari was able to get back ahead of him.
No.
Okay. Maybe not.
No, Marchese at one point was 5 seconds behind the field.
And he's catching very quickly. He's already got around Mark McFadden and Cody Strom, as this battle for the lead still going strong here. Brandon Lowe's is not sticking to the back of these guys. He's just watching these guys go at it and say, yeah, you guys take each other out. I'm just going to sit here and pick up the pieces.
Well, that's what happens when your tires are whooped, is he gets a little bit sideways trying to lay the power down, as does Ryan Worley coming out of 2. Marconi looks to the inside going into 3, thinks better of it. Can't really get the car to turn in the way he wanted to, as Worley able to defend on that second lane, and the battle for second rages on.
Yep, still going on. Scott Warren still able to hold on right now, as this is a 4-car breakaway right now. They are good. 3 seconds, make that, well, yeah, almost 3 seconds ahead of Greg LeBlanc right now, who's under absolutely no pressure right now in that number 27 Petro Canada machine.
Yeah, absolutely. As Brandon Lowe's right now in no man's land, drifting back about 2 seconds off this battle, this 3-way tango at the front, as the 3 of them have just checked out, as Worley, with a big run going into 1, has to back out of it and almost gets into Warren. That's going to let Marconi get back to his back bumper as they haul it down the back straightaway.
Yep, 2 teammates going at it in this one, as Worley gets it all wrong into 3 and 4, and that's let Marconi back up to second place now, and Marconi almost immediately on the back of Scott Warren. Warren brushes the wall down the front stretch right now, and Marconi looking for a gap there, doesn't quite get it.
Marconi was full send-it mode going into 3, and Worley is just overdriving the turns here, and you can see it there as he got a wicked run going into 1, almost gets into the back of Marconi, So, and that's the thing about this track is you think you can go deeper than you can, but if you let off sooner and roll the corner, you're actually you're going to punish the tires less, and B, be able to get on the throttle sooner than you can if you charge the corner.
Looking at an epic battle between Frank Marchese and Colin Trafari. Marchese finally getting the job done on the 48 here. They were banging doors just a minute ago. That's why I gesticulated like I did. But Marchese able to get around him now, can set his sights on the back of Ryan Decker.
Decker 2 seconds up the road, almost half the straightaway, as Decker has already burned his fast repair in that Oreo number 28, as those guys still about 2.5 seconds adrift of the number 6 spot of Jason Papp, as Marconi and Worley still throwing hand grenades at each other, as Marconi got it all wrong going through 1 and 2.
And he did, and he's lost second place again, and Worley back up to that second spot, and they can get to the back of Scott Warren right now, but they just can't get around him. The Canadian doing ever so well so far to hang on to the lead so far, as we are now very quickly on lap 47 of 115. Now the cautions are out of the way here, Tony. Race going by pretty nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. I can guarantee you the first car that's going to need to go down pit road is going to be the 25 of Brandon Lowe's, as he's already 47 laps on this tank of fuel. Next oldest on track is going to be 35 laps for Scott Warren. Worley and Marconi, 27 and 23 respectively, and everybody else right around in that same area. So, the guys that have gone down and were playing the fuel mileage game, if this stays green, we're going to see some different strategies start to play out, Sam.
Yeah, and Marchese continuing his climb up the field here, as he's already caught up to the back of Ryan Decker, and he's passed him. So now, and he's already starting to pull away, by the way, and he's already now started to set his sights on Jason Papp for that 6th spot. Marchese is on the move here.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got that car wound up. He was one of the fastest cars in the hot lap session, and it wasn't just one flyer and called it good. He was turning consistent sub 31 second laps in the practice session, and we saw him have some issues early on, but he's able to pick him up and lay him down, especially considering the guys around him have fresher tires too. Something to keep in mind, as Marchese got tires that first pit stop when everybody else came down. The other guys around him, Jason Papp and Ryan Decker, have been down pit road since then, 25 and 24 laps respectively for Papp and Decker, whereas Marchese is getting ready to put 39 on his tires.
Yeah, an interesting point about Jason Papp. He's starting to reel in Greg LeBlanc now for that last spot in the top 5. That number 1 monster energy machine really putting in the lap times, and is really closing up to that Ford Mustang now, as we've got a battle here for that last spot in the top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Rockstar versus Monster. Nope, sorry, wrong car. I saw the yellow. My bad. But yeah, Papp is giving LeBlanc all he can handle right now. Papp, again, with the fresher tires, and that's something that you're going to see every time you come to Loudon. This is like a flat Darlington with how bad the tire wear can be here.
Yeah, and one of the slowest of the 1 mile tracks that we're going to see. The other one that you could probably consider being one of the slower ones is probably going to be Phoenix, because Phoenix you have to slow down for 1 and 2. Obviously, it's a bit faster through 3 and 4. Obviously, the fastest 1 miler on the schedule, we're not going to see on the schedule for the rest of the season, unfortunately. That's Dover. We've already been there a few rounds ago.
Yeah, but actually, if you take a look at the lap times, the slower of the 2 flat miles is going to be my favorite track in the entire iRacing simulator.
Oh, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Oh. I thought your opinion of that track might have changed after the TNT Truck Series went there recently, but
No. The TNT truck guys, I knew were going to put on a good show there. However, as a broadcaster, I hate that track with a passion. As a driver, I love that track.
Yeah. Speaking of tracks you hate, next week we are returning to Pocono for the second of the 2 races on the schedule at that track, and we're pretty sure we're going to see a lot of the drivers come out of the woodwork for that race.
So you're saying Byron's going to be in the booth next week? That's what I just heard you say.
Oh, for Pocono?
Pocono!
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah.
Look at this battle for P5 heating up. Pap is all over the back of LeBlanc, but look who's creeping up right behind them. Marchese has reeled these guys in very quickly, and now we've got a 3-way battle for P5.
Yeah, absolutely. As LeBlanc ran Pap up the track going into 1, Pap just trying to figure out what he's got to do to get by LeBlanc. Looks to the inside coming down the front straightaway. Can't get the power down the way he needed to, and they've got to be careful because they got a really hungry Frank Marchese reeling them in hand over fist. Wow, big move.
Yeah, as LeBlanc gets it all wrong, going through turns 1 and 2. That's let Marchese up the inside right there. Marchese gonna take advantage of this. Gonna put a big dive in going in towards turn 3. Doesn't quite get the pass done into 3. Might get it done on the exit of turn 4, and that's exactly what he did. Gets a big power move on the exit of the corner. He moves up to P6, and now will immediately go on the attack for P5.
Yeah, absolutely. As Brandon Lowe's way off the pace right now in P4, as I believe that's Cody Strom that he's trying to get around right now, as Strom already 1 lap down. And yeah, Lowe's, you can tell that those tires on that Valvoline number 25 are completely whooped, as he's definitely not able to carry any speed mid-corner.
Yeah, and Strom has just been down pit road, so that's why he's able to get away from Lowe's like he is. So Strom, the first taker down pit road, I think he's been down pit road a couple of times. I think he had a penalty, so he's a couple of laps down now. So Cody Strom getting hit with a speeding penalty in pit road and having to drop even more time and laps to the rest of the field.
Yeah, as Marchese finally dispatches a Jason Pap, gets back into the top 5, still has 4.5 seconds before he gets to Brandon Lowe's. The Lowe's is 7.5 seconds off the battle up at the front. Warren, 1.5 seconds to the good over second place Greg Marconi, who's still having to deal with the 0-0 Ryan Worley.
Connor Trafari is your second taker down pit road, and looks like he might have had another brush with the wall there, because he's shown a lot of right side damage on the right front quarter panel there. Tony is going to have to burn a fast repair, I think.
Safe bet, as yeah, that car is now looks like it's fixed. Right side's up. Expect the left sides. There they go. So 4 tires and fuel for Trafari, as he is going to drop a lap in pits under green. But you know, these guys are getting pretty decent fuel mileage, and I'm surprised that Brandon Lowe's has been able to stay out all 60 laps that we've been working.
Yeah, but look at the gap between Lowe's and Marchese now. Marchese almost on par with Brandon Lowe's with the tires that he has on his car, but Marchese is reeling him in like he's a fish on a hook right now as he comes out of turn 2. Only half a backstretch between the 2 cars now.
Well, Marchese's about 12 lap newer tires than Lowe's has, so yes, the tires do equalize after a certain point, but the fact that Marchese not really reeling in Lowe's hand over fist like he was, as Marconi still having to deal with Worley for second. That's your closest battle on track right now, folks.
Yeah, Scott Warren has completely checked out. He's a good 2.5 seconds up the road now, and he's slowly catching Cody Strom as well. But while pit stops are just kicking off right here, we've only had 2 takers down pit road for the moment. We're on lap 63 here at New Hampshire. That means we are going to head away for our mandatory halfway break. We have a lot more racing action for you. Only 11 cars left on the track, but that's not stopped us having a good old time here tonight. Do not go anywhere. We're going to have a bit more for you when we come back. And we are back live here at New Hampshire as we are on lap 73 of 115, and we're seeing pit stops happen all over the track. And as Tony pointed out just before we came back, McConey hit the wall and has immediately taken it down pit road.
Yeah, absolutely. He it looked like he had a right front tire completely give up the ghost as he slides through his pit stall.
Yeah, that's going to cost him some time as the race leader, Scott Warren, in pit road as well, followed by Mark McFadden. Brent Marchese going to come in as well from second place. Wow.
Well, Marchese's been out there long enough that, he kind of, I'm not going to say afford to, but Jason Papp inheriting the race lead, he stayed out. Ryan Decker stays out.
So Jason Papp will pick up a bonus point for leading a lap here, and that is a well-earned point for himself as, by his own admission, not had the best of seasons here with the Rowdy Energy Cup Series, but that bonus point will mean a lot to him here.
Yeah, absolutely, as every point counts right now with as tight as the point standings currently are. And, these guys are just flat picking them up and laying them down right now. As Marchese finally down and away, Warren able to stay on the lead lap.
Interesting for Warren there. I'm just going to take a look at his pit time, and he did do a full pit stop. It was 4 and fuel. Brent Marchese, 22 seconds in his pit box, so he's either been doing a bit of pit farming or he was a bit late on the tyre change there.
Marchese?
Yeah, 22 seconds in his pit stall.
I got him as 14.
22 on mine. As Warren in P4, Brandon Lowes takes over the effective lead here. Obviously, he made his pit stop very early compared to everybody else. Jason Papp still leading. Ryan Decker in second place as he's got Marchese all over his rear end and Marchese about to get his lap back the hard way. Jason Papp, though, staying out again for another lap.
I think Papp's going to try to milk this as long as he can, as, we've seen Papp normally get better fuel mileage than just about anybody. Knows how to play that fuel mileage game better than just about anybody in this league, as currently 52 laps on that tank at Go Fast, all of them under anger. So Papp doing everything he can to, try to bring as many points as he can out of tonight.
I mean, he's got a decent lead. Well, he hasn't got the best of leads over Brandon Lowes. Actually, the gap between Lowes and Papp is about 6 seconds. So Papp might be in a bit of trouble here as here comes Frank Marchese to get his lap back the hard way.
Yeah, Marchese able to finally wrestle that spot away, but he's 9.5 seconds back off his teammate, Greg Marconi. Marconi only came in 2 laps before Marchese did.
Yeah, Marconi losing the back end through the corner and into the wall. That might bring out a caution here. He gets
How
it
is
right
that
again.
not a caution?
There it is.
There it is.
Marchese coming up to the back of him right there, and Marconi, his bad night just getting worse right here as we go to the replay, and it's again a case of just the back end just stepping out through the corner again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say cold tires, but he's had enough tires on it or enough laps on those tires to kind of get some heat into him, but that was weird. I'm thinking he might have more damage than he was able to get fixed when he came down pit road, as like we were talking during that when we came back from break there, that it looked like he blew a tire just before he went down pit road, and I'm not sure if the team really fixed it properly.
And this falls absolutely perfectly for Jason Papp right now. He can bring it down pit road for a pit stop. More importantly, he and Ryan Decker are both going to have the freshest tires in the field. That will work in their favor nicely.
Oh, very much so, as fresh tires are, like ambrosia at this place. And I think I mentioned it earlier. This is like a flat Darlington with as much as this track punishes tires.
Trafari opting to stay out. Now, this is an important strategy call by Trafari, but he does want that bonus point, and he will get the bonus point. I believe he crossed the line just after taking the lead away from Jason Papp, so he will get that, as Papp will...
He did not.
Oh, he didn't, so maybe not.
Papp was able to get to the start-finish line that extends through pit road before Trafari was able to get to the start-finish line on the racing surface.
Big race off pit road between Ryan Decker and Brandon Lowe's, and Decker coming off the better there. It looked to me like Brandon Lowe's was speeding slightly there. We're going to have to keep an eye on that number 25 to see if he gets an EOL because of that, but that was a very close thing between the 25 and the 28 there. Jason Papp, though, out in second place. He's going to be behind Trafari on this single file restart, and we'll have fresher tyres. Actually, Papp bringing it to pit road. McFadden missing pit road altogether.
And good news for Brandon Lowe's, he was 44 miles an hour at the cone.
So he gets to keep his position. Jason Papp, though, in a prime position, though. That caution coming at an absolutely perfect time for him, and even better when he took it down pit road, everybody else went with him. So Jason Papp in a very good position now.
Yeah, absolutely. And our next fun fact about the great state of New Hampshire: you are not allowed to sell clothes you are wearing to pay off a gambling debt. So those new J's that you're wearing, can't use them to pay off any horse bets.
Yeah, I'd just use money. If you had some.
Have you priced a brand new set of Air Jordans?
They're about $400, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you can't sell them straight off your feet.
Yeah, and they can't use the term I have to sell the clothes off my back just to get by, as I've had a bit of a lag spike there, so I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We're back up and running again. Thanks, iRacing. We love you too.
As the lights go out on the pace car, Jason Papp gonna have the button, as looks like everybody except Mark McFadden went down pit road that time. McFadden trying to get his lap back as he got the wave around, so that leaves Cody Strom, the only car one lap down. 11 cars still running as the field works its way down the back straightaway. Papp, Decker, Lowe's, Warren, Marchese, your top five. Field working its way into turn number 3, and Papp gonna have the button one more time, Sam.
Yeah, and watch for Frank Marchese. He was by far the strongest car out there, other than Scott Warren, during that last run before the pit stop started. As there goes the pace car. Papp going to have the button now, and he's going to get off to a very good restart here as the green flag in the air. Papp off to a good restart. Everybody in lockstep right now as here comes Trafari immediately to the outside of Frank Marchese and Scott Warren.
Marchese had to kind of check up a little bit as Lowe's had to check the entire field up behind him. Warren and Lowe's looking it to the inside, though, as Decker getting hung out to dry. 3 wide.
Yeah, and Papp not getting the best restart as we thought, as here comes Scott Warren now looking to the inside of Brandon Lowe's coming down to turn 1 as Marchese is mired in traffic right now. He cannot make any headway right at the moment as he's trying to make his way around Papp and get away from Worley, but it's side by side for the lead right now as Brandon Lowe's actually gets the lead, holds on to the lead, sorry, ahead of Warren, but Warren taking that inside line to 3 and 4.
And Marconi had to have a big moment coming off a 2, as they were almost 3 wide there with him and Worley trying to both get around Papp, as right now Decker and Trafari just throwing haymakers at each other. Trafari just full send it mode going into 1 as Decker tries to cut off Marchese. They almost had contact in the middle of 1 and 2. Marchese trying to get the drive off of 2, drag race into turn number 3.
Yeah, Marchese going to dive it in there, go down low, not too low because obviously the car doesn't like it down there. And Marchese able to get a good drive out of turn 4 and take away that 4th spot away from Ryan Decker. And now we'll set off in search of Conor Trafari as the battle for the lead still hot and heavy here between the two Canadians.
That's Lowe's in the Valvoline number 25, Warren, and this is War number 76. The two of them with a 5-car length gap over Connor Trafari, your defending Friday Night Series champion, as he's now dealing with Frank Marchese in the 24. Marchese trying to figure out a way by as Mark McFadden finally brings it down pit side.
Yeah, and that's because he had a bit of a crash on the restart there and kind of had no choice. He had no speed or any aero left on that car, so had to do something. As Brandon Lowe's very close to the wall there coming out of turn 2.
Lowe's close to the wall. Decker almost got into the wall. He's now has to deal with the 00 Ryan Worley as Worley on the inside of Decker as those guys still in lockstep going into turn number 1.
Yeah, here comes Worley, big dive through turn 1 and gets it done as they go through turn 2. So great move there by the 00. Greg Marconi behind them. Major damage on that number 12 and not able to keep up with these guys anymore.
Yeah, absolutely, and you hate to see it. New paint scheme not paying dividends for Marconi here tonight, as Connor Trafari still has a rearview mirror filled with that DuPont number 24 of Marchese. As Warren looks to the inside of Lowe's, and he's...
Actually, that's
McFadden.
Sorry.
That was McFadden. I apologize. But Marchese looking at the inside of Trafari for third.
Yeah, doesn't quite have it on the exit of turn 4. Might get a running him down towards turn 1, though. Ducked him right behind him. Doesn't quite have the room as Connor Trafari able to cover him off right there.
And that second lane that Trafari's running seems to be able to carry a little bit more speed than pinching it off like Marchese has. There's too many M's in this league.
Marchese and Marconi, that's the ones you're tripping over, right?
Yeah.
As, this battle for the lead starting to peter out a little bit, but the battle for third place really heating up. Marchese really on a charge right now in that DuPont number 24. Obviously paying homage to his hero, Jeff Gordon. I'm not sure if Jeff Gordon is his hero or if he just likes the design of the cars. I don't know.
No, he's a longtime Jeff Gordon fan. As a matter of fact, when they go to Darlington, expect a special paint scheme on the 24 that week.
He's going for the classic Rainbow Warrior, I know that much. So.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
No, there's a special paint scheme that he's been talking to me about, and I've been trying to help him find the right logos for it.
So we'll be looking forward to seeing that one as he's now got up alongside Connor Trafari. This might be his moment to move up to third place as we're now 23 laps to go. Contact between the 48 and the 24.
Looked like Trafari tried to come down to pinch Marchese off and just timed it wrong.
And he's doing the same again to Ryan Ward. He doesn't want to lose that position too. The 00 very close between these two on the exit of turn 2. And Worley losing the back end and into the wall. Caution is out.
How did Decker miss him?
I have no idea. Great heads up driving by the 28.
Holy cow.
And so we're going to take another look at this one from the Dynamic TV cam. Wow, that was very close between the 28 and the 00. Yeah, I don't know how he missed him because that was like by a hair's breadth he managed to miss him.
Yeah, absolutely. As I'm listening to the in-sim chatter right now, and let's just say there's a very unhappy driver behind the wheel of the 48.
Yeah, and it's I'm going to just put it down to hard racing between the two. Obviously, you said earlier in the broadcast, no love lost between Marchese and Trafari, as McFadden opted to stay out. Everybody else, apart from Jason Papp, are going to bring down pit road.
What are they doing?
I have no idea. As it looks like Pat might have to burn a fast repair. And Papa was shooting pit stall there. That's going to cost him some time. And not Papa, Trifari, sorry. Trifari not taking a fast repair.
He almost got into the... I'm not sure if there's an almost about it. It looked like he just about got into the pit wall coming off of pit road. Or coming onto pit road, I mean.
Yeah,
going back to look to see if he did.
Frustrations running high for the 15-year-old. Very young fella, but with a very mature head on his shoulders. Very capable driver is, as Tony mentioned, the reigning Circle B Diecast Super Speedway Series champion. And with that series set to kick off at the end of July, he's going to have to do it all over again and get his head on a swivel for that one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Is another coat of paint on the wall or his car coming down pit road, and he would have been in deep trouble.
Absolutely, as Jason Pat brings it to pit road. No fast repair for the one, so he's just going to have to take tyres and fuel and just deal with it the best he can. He doesn't really have much damage, mainly a little bit on the right front quarter panel, but that's about it for Jason Pat. Cody Strom is also in pit road in the body armor, number 26. As it looks like McFadden might have just got a lucky dog there. Oh no, he hasn't. He stayed out.
No, he stayed out to get the wave around.
Ah, okay.
So Decker winning the battle off pit road. Brandon Lowe's coming out in second place. Looks like Decker only took 2.
And that
only an 8-second stop in his stall, so...
That's something we don't see very often here at New Hampshire. He might be in a bit of trouble on the restart if he gets it completely wrong.
Well, the thing is with as loose as these guys have been on corner exit, I think he just signed his own death warrant and that of everyone around him. Because that car is not going to do what he wants it to when he goes to lay the power down at the restart, and definitely not in the middle of 1 and 2. The good news is we're going to have 17 laps left at the line.
Yep, I'm sorry, I just had to step away for a second to kill him off, but it is what it is.
Why you got to kill him off? What did it ever do to you?
Because it's the size of my hand and it needs to die.
Did it refuse to pay rent?
Yeah, it did. Anyway, we're about to go racing. We've gone back to double file restart here at New Hampshire, and Ryan Decker picking the inside line with Brandon Lowe's to his outside. This is probably the highest up we've seen Ryan Decker all evening as the pace car is off, and we are about to go racing once again. Green flag in the air, and we are racing once again as they head down towards turn 1. 17 laps to go.
Lowe's with a nose out front going into turn 1. Decker and Marchese side by side, 2 wide behind them, as that's Warren and Trifari just throwing haymakers at each other. As Marchese with a nose out front, Warren looking to the inside, looking to make it 3 wide going into 3, and wow, big move out of the 28.
Yeah, and that is going to put him straight into the wall. He keeps it facing the right way, though. Going to bleed a lot of spots as all that momentum that he had on that restart is completely gone. Some serious damage on that Oreos number 28 now.
Yeah, absolutely is. Meanwhile, up towards the front, still Warren and Trifari just side by side in lockstep, and they've got Marconi behind them. And the fun fact that we did not mention under that last caution, in the great state of New Hampshire, any cattle that crosses a state-maintained road must be fitted with a device to gather its species.
That's probably the most interesting one you've come out with all night. But anyway,
you're welcome.
Side by side between Marconi and Warren, and they're touching doors there, coming through turns 1 and 2. Very close between those two, but it looks like Marconi might have the better speed coming out of turn 2. Drag race towards turn 3. Oh,
contact going into 3.
Save it, and he does. Great save there by Warren.
Great save by Warren is now he's got to deal with Worley as we are 14 laps to go. Brandon Lowe's with a sizable lead over Frank Marchese right now. Connor Trifari about 2 car lengths back off of Marchese, and then there's a sizable gap back to your battle for fourth with Marconi, Warren, and Worley. Lowe's continues to show the way. Trafari trying to do everything he can to reel in Frank Marchese. And like we've said, there's no love lost between those two, and there's already been fireworks tonight already. So if Trafari can get to his back bumper, is there going to be a receipt given as Marconi gets it all wrong going through 1 and 2?
Yeah, Marconi, that damage on his car still causing him a few problems here, and I'm pretty sure Warren's going to be looking for a receipt here as he's right on the back of that 12 once again. Some interesting damage on that 76. We're coming to 11. We're actually coming to 12 laps to go. Lowe's still a big lead out in front of that number 25, looking for his second race win on the bounce.
Yeah, absolutely. As Lowe's just in charge of this field. A little bit of a wiggle coming off of 2 as Marchese right now, if he's going to do anything, he's got to make it happen. As we are going to be 11 to go at the stripe. Lowe's, Marchese, Trafari, Marconi, Warren, your top 5.
Yeah, Ryan Worley in P6, not too far away from Warren. Greg LeBlanc in P7. Then you got Jason Papp right behind him. Ryan Decker with that damage on the 28. Just got no traction anymore. He's just ahead of Cody Strom, who is back on the lead lap, by the way, and battling for position with that number 28.
Trafari's around.
And Trafari is around, and caution will fly once again. Let's take another look and see what happened. I think it was another case that was just getting loose out of turn 4 again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Just got it all wrong coming off of 2, and goes into the bus stop chicane that leads to the road course, and yeah, just got it all wrong. Throws it away as we are back under caution, and Sam, we're 10 to go.
Yeah, and that was, as you would normally say it, a bit of a snap see you bye situation there for Conor Trafari. He tried to save it, but it just snapped right on him.
Yeah, absolutely. And the big question is, these guys have had 10 laps under anger on their tires. Who's going to bring them down pit side to get that final set of Mr. Feelgoods?
Well, the 2 tires that Brandon Lowe's has put on his car have kind of worked out for him, so he's able to stay out ahead of everybody else. But my big question to you is, what's the next interesting fact about New Hampshire?
Well, no, Lowe's took 4 under that last caution. It was Decker that took 2, and they did not work because he flat spotted them.
That's true.
So our what hopefully is our final fun fact of the state of New Hampshire, it is considered an offense to check into a hotel under an assumed name. So if you think it's going to be funny to make the reservation under the name Dirk Diggler, yeah, not so much.
You've been watching Boogie Nights again.
Yeah. No, it's just I did work for a short time in the hotel industry, and right after that movie came out, at least 5 times a night we had a Dirk Diggler trying to check into the hotel.
Okay.
With a woman who was obviously not his significant other.
Kind of like the story that the Eagles tell in Hotel California. Similar to that.
No. No, that's about an insane asylum in California.
Yeah, I know.
Where if you walk into that insane asylum, there's a clear line in the area that you gather to take the tour. And if you step across that line, you ain't coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta love the mental health system in America.
Being as someone who uses the mental health system in America, no.
I was being sarcastic. Anyway, but big message out of this one. Mental health is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen, so it's nothing to be laughed at at all. So
it's definitely not. As I freely admit that I have spent some time in the behavioral health unit at the local hospital due to anxiety, and it's not fun.
Not at all. But just as a disclaimer for anybody those that are suffering with mental health, then please reach out to someone. You can't The best thing you can, the worst thing you can probably do is try and suffer it alone. If you're having issues or
it
you
helped.
want to, yeah,
It just wasn't fun.
yeah. Yeah, if you're struggling and you have dark thoughts in your mind and you're not feeling at the best, and just reach out to someone. It's never fun to suffer it by yourself. It's always nice to have someone helping you out. So there are various helplines out there. Just reach out to somebody and get the best help you can out there. As we'll want to go here, Tony. 6 laps to go when we go green.
Brandon Lowe's staying out along with Frank Marconi, Frank Marchese, Greg Marconi, and Greg LeBlanc and Jason Papp all staying out. Freshest tires on track right now belong to the 76 of Warren, who's going to be restarting in the number 6 slot. Pace car is in. Lowe's pulls the trigger, stacks up the inside line. Papp not getting the restart he needed as everybody's scattering to try to get around him. And here comes the 48 of Connor Trafari on the fresh rubber, and we're back under caution.
Yeah, and this is exactly why Jason Papp involved in it. And it was Worley that dove in there. And Ryan Decker, unfortunately, taking a race car to the face, as you would say.
Ouch. Scott Warren catching a piece of that one, too. He caught the hip check from Papp as Papp just backed it into the wall, just absolutely nowhere to go. And looks like Cody Strom caught a big piece of that one, too.
That is absolute heartbreak for Scott Warren, because he literally just burned his fast repair on that last pit stop, so he's not going to be happy with that car, because that car is absolutely ruined now.
Unreal.
So more bad luck for the This Is War number 76, and you got to be thinking, what deity does he have to make a sacrifice to get some luck around here?
Our Lady of Perpetual Motion?
Possibly.
So, next fun fact about the great state of New Hampshire. It used to be legal for any citizen of good moral character over the age of 21 to practice law as an attorney. No license needed. And again, that has since been repealed, but that used to be the case.
Oh, interesting. Interesting to know. Scott Warren didn't burn his fast repair on that last pit stop. He's just burned it now. So maybe
Katie bar the door.
Yeah, Warren is going to be on his way, but 4 laps to go here. It looks like we might be going to green, white, checkered here. Because
we'll find out at the line.
we're definitely going to go to green, white, checkered if the lights go off now, because it's going to be 2 laps to go on the restart. So
Lights are out.
Yeah, Marchese is going to have one heck of a restart, because Brandon Lowe's stacked the inside line up. Marchese was there, but not close enough, and the caution came out before he could do anything about it. So Marchese is going to be looking strong on that outside line on this restart.
Yeah, absolutely. But look who's starting behind him. And that is a very, very angry Connor Trafari as the field works its way down the back straightaway for what we hope is going to be the last time, or for the last restart anyways, as Lowe's going to have the button as the field works its way through 3 and 4 one more time. Lights are out on the official iRacing pace car. Marchese gonna need to have the restart of his career as the pace car is in. Lowe's holds him down. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. And Marchese with a nose out front at the stripe.
Yeah, Lowe's but stacking the inside lineup once again as we make their way through turns 1 and 2. Marchese's around, and we might get another yellow flag out of this. What do we do? And
Warren catching a huge piece of that one. Decker turning the 27 of LeBlanc.
Wow.
Papp catching a piece. Warren catching a piece. McFadden catching a huge piece. Good grief. Oh, it's a parking lot on the back straightaway.
We're going to get a good look at this one as it looks like... Oh, Trafari getting into the back of him there. I'm wondering, and I'm just speculating here, if that was the receipt that Trafari was looking for.
I'm going to say, yeah.
Is that... Marchese didn't change his line, neither did Trafari. It looked
well, you
like,
can hear you can hear Trafari jump on the throttle.
Yeah.
Way sooner than anybody else.
Gotta think that the chrome horn was delivered right there as we're gonna have another go at green white checkers here. Marchese is back out on track. Well, he's still out on track. Not really any damage on that 24. He does have a slight bit of right front damage, but that's about it. And he's stopping out on track for some reason.
I don't know why.
Neither do I. As
this doesn't bode well because I have a feeling what might be coming, but I hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too.
Because that's the second time this season that those two cars have had a similar meeting of the minds. As they have announced that they are going to go green-white checker, one of two attempts. Lights are still on the pace car as the field working its way towards the parked Frank Marchese. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
He gets going.
Don't do it.
No, he gets going again. I think he was waiting for the field to catch him. So, our fears have been allayed, and Marchese will get the lap back. So Marchese looking for a wave run. I think he came out of pit road ahead of the pace car, so that's why he stopped.
Yeah.
I think he was waiting for the field to pass him. Waiting for the pace car to pass him, sorry.
So, another fun fact about the state of New Hampshire, it is illegal to bathe within the sight of your own house in the daytime. No person shall within the view of any dwelling, house, or of any public road, street, or wharf in the daytime bathe or swim without necessity, or expose his or her person indecently in dressing or undressing for the purpose of swimming, bathing, or otherwise, unless absolutely necessary.
So no swimming pools allowed in New Hampshire then?
Well, that has since been repealed, but yes,
okay.
That's basically the way that... generally, back in the early days of before indoor plumbing, people used to have a bathtub outside.
Right, as we'll touch on that a bit later, but anyway, pace car is off. We're racing once again, and hopefully for the final time, we get them going once again as McConey looking to the outside of Brandon Lowe's. Great restart by the 12, despite the damage on that car. Actually, there's
so a little bit of damage.
12.
No, there is no damage. He finally burned his fast repair. But very, very damaged Monster Energy #1 for Jason Papp, currently holding down the #5 slot. As here comes Scott Warren to the inside, 3 wide going into 3.
Oh, and contact once again, and McFadden into the wall. We stay green though, and we might now stay green because Warren's around as well. And that is going to be one very annoyed Scott Warren as the white flag is out. No matter what happens, we are going to finish this race under green as they come out of turn 2 for the second time in a row. Brandon Lowe's has a great chance to get a win here. McConey can do nothing about it, but he's going to get a podium nevertheless as they come through turn 3, turn 4, and for the second week in a row, Brandon Lowe's wins a race here in the Rowdy G Cup Series, and this time he does it at New Hampshire.
Two vastly different tracks, and Brandon Lowe's showing he's got what it takes to hustle this new car around. What'd you see?
Big junk on the front stretch.
Yeah, that was huge junk as the 26 just took Jason Papp up into the wall.
And you're going to see it right there on the exit of turn 4. And they crossed the line. And yeah, there it is. And Marchese tried to avoid it.
Oh!
And
watch what Mark McFadden does. Oh my goodness.
I'm not sure what McFadden was doing there. He got past Greg LeBlanc. And that was for position because McFadden got back on the lead lap.
I think McFadden was trying to do his best imitation of Cole Trickle and missed.
He tried to slow down, but he left it a bit too late there. You could hear him getting off the throttle. But either way, race is over now, and the man of the moment at this moment is this man in the 25. Second race win on the bounce here, Tony. Very impressive stuff from Brandon Lowe's.
Yeah, absolutely. His second win in as many races. And, you know, the thing to consider, the different styles of driving you need to be able to hustle a car around Atlanta as opposed to Loudon, and the fact that Brandon Lowe's just went 2 for 2, you know, that's just an amazing job, and doing his entire country proud as the Canadian just went 2 wins in a row.
We are going to reach out to the race winner here on ESPN for the post-race interview. I apologize, my microphone.
And we lost Sam.
No, I'm still here. Am I? No, wait, 1 second. I am. Wait.
Hello. Yeah, your mic just died.
Yeah, I know. It's been doing that for a lot lately. But anyway, well, let's reach out to the race winner right now. Brandon Lowe's going to be joining Tony once I can find him, and he's not.
I got him.
As Brandon Lowe's is going to be joining Tony from Victory Lane for the second time in a row here.
Brandon Lowe's in as many weeks back in Victory Lane, and the only thing that's left to say is, "Oh, Canada."
Man, I can't believe we got here today. You know, we had a good car, knew it was fast in practice, botched it in qualifying, was on off strategy at the beginning to middle of the race, and played short pit, got the track position, and was able to get back up front there for the end of the race.
Well, you mentioned qualifying, but that lap that you were able to lay down on your third lap,
Yeah.
Which didn't count, would have been good for pole by 0.3 of a second. So, I mean, you had the speed. As a matter of fact, I'm looking down here now. Fastest lap of the race, sir. So, how bad was the tire wear as we saw you stay out longer than anybody else on that first set of tires?
Yeah, I hadn't really done a practice run or a race run in practice, and so I didn't think it was gonna be that bad when I stayed out and everyone pit on lap 11. And then when it got to like lap 40, I was like, all right, I'm in trouble here. So, and then it was just trying to figure out what pit strategy could get me the track position, and somehow, some way, it all worked out.
Well, you stayed out 60 laps to start this piece. So more than halfway. Well, what turned out to being the halfway mark is when you finally made your first pit stop. But, I mean, Brandon, just yeoman's work tonight. Just picking your way through the melees that took place. Because as we all know, cautions beget cautions. And, I mean, you were able to dodge some doozies tonight.
Yeah, there was, because we started in the back, there was that first, or it was like lap 1 or lap 2 wreck, and I thought I was done. I saw a car get loose up top, saw him spinning low, so I had to cut low, and then another car was spinning from the top, and then I was worried about hitting the tire barriers on the inside, so it was chaotic, and somehow, some way, just made it work, man.
Well, we saw everybody having trouble laying the power down, coming off of 2 and 4, more 2 than 4. Was that stiff breeze in the middle of 1 and 2 really affecting the cars that badly?
Yeah, I don't know if it was wind or not. I honestly hadn't even paid attention to the wind, so if there was a breeze, that would make sense. But I find something weird with this car is it's very tough to feel the brake and just feel the car. Honestly, it's completely different than the Gen 6 car. So coming off the corner, yeah, you definitely have to baby it. Especially as the run goes on, because the tires get slaughtered. And you need that forward drive to carry speed, right? So, yeah, getting off the corner was definitely key tonight, and just keeping the tires on it.
Well, looking forward to next week, and I'm not 100% certain where we're going next week. But
neither am I. Pocono. Perfect.
Oh, great. So Byron Rodney will be in the booth for that one with Sam. But your thoughts going to the tricky triangle in this car?
Yeah, I mean, we went there, what was it, a month ago? And we actually had pretty good speed. Both myself and my teammate, Javon Cherry, he had the race won. And, we were good. We just, bad circumstances. So looking forward to it. Hopefully going to be able to make it 3 in a row. That would be pretty sweet. And, just building up that point gap or building up those points for the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And, with any luck, you'll be able to get your teammate a win, too, to get his ticket punched to the playoffs. But, Brandon, before... Oh, that's
he's
right.
already he's locked in.
So you guys have both cars already locked into the playoffs. So best of luck to you next week at Pocono. Is there anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to thank you guys for the broadcast. Thanks to Rowdy Energy, Circle B Diecast, iRacing iFlag, Butt Kicker, Midwest Motor Customs for sponsoring the league. Thanks to all the admins for everything they do. Again, thanks to my teammate Javon Cherry for all the tips and tricks he's been giving me for this new car. Thanks to Chevy and Valvoline on the car this week. And yeah, I think that's about it.
All right. Brandon Lowe's, congratulations for your second victory in as many weeks. Looking forward to see what you can do in the Pocono Mountains next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
So that was Brandon Lowe's joining us from Victory Lane. Now joining myself from second place. And I'm going to drag him down here because I have found him.
Got him.
Oh, no. Never mind. Joining me from second place, and he's making quite a habit of this one, Greg McConey. I'm pretty sure I heard you say earlier that you hate this place, but it turned out all right for you in the end.
Yeah, I don't like this place. I really don't. It's flat, just doesn't fit my driving style, yet I seem to always do okay here. Well,
it's become a running trend for you because it turns out you don't like a track, and then all of a sudden we're talking to you on the podium here. It's I think you need to start saying you don't like tracks more often, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm still hoping. I hope next week at Pocono is going to be we can turn our luck around from last time. That's one of my favorite tracks, so we'll see. We still got Pocono, Watkins Glen, Indy Road, Michigan, and Daytona. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping there's at least one of those is going to be, break the second place cycle for a first place.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see you and Ryan are having a bit of something's going on between you and Ryan. Anyway, on track, but talk about your race here tonight. You spent the majority of the race with a severely damaged car. You didn't burn your fast repair until late in the race. Were you just trying to hold on to that one until it was absolutely necessary?
Yeah, I knew coming in, after that first wreck, I only had like 30-something seconds of damage. So I was able to fix that up real easy. But then, I just wanted to hold on to it. Knowing this track, knowing how crazy this place can get, I figured it'd be better to hold my fast repair till later. Ended up saving me.
Absolutely, and the drive must have been difficult as well tonight. Obviously, we saw a lot of people losing it out of turn 2, especially getting the power down on the exit. Were you finding the same issues as well coming out of turn 2? Because it seemed like a common problem out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you got below kind of into that first lane, the car just really wanted to break loose. So I tried to use that to my advantage because all night I was fighting tight. And that became evident right before I pit when I blew a right front, slammed it into the wall. I blew that tire. I just had nothing left in it. But and then so I was trying to use that bottom line to help turn the car a little bit. But yeah, coming at it too was definitely treacherous, especially when you're on that bottom.
Yeah, and it was, like I said, it was a common problem here tonight, but it worked out for yourself. But next week, we return to the Tricky Triangle for the second time in about 3 or 4 weeks. Probably looking for a good result again there as we head there next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Like I said, that's one of my favorite places. I'd love to go there. Hopefully we can make some passes this time on those straightaways. It's so tough with this aero package. But we'll have some fun. We actually put it on, we put on pole last time. So I know I've got speed there. Just got caught up in different situations that ended up ruining my night. Burned my fast repair early and then got caught in one late. Nothing I could have done. So sadly that ended my race. Hopefully this time we come in and get some better results.
Absolutely. And before I let you go and celebrate your second place here again, Greg, anybody you'd like to give a shout out?
Yeah, I'm going to thank all the sponsors: Rowdy Energy, Circle B Diecast, iRacing, iFlag, Butt Kicker, Midwest Motor Customs. Thank the teammates, Jason, Brandon, Frank was racing with us tonight. Shout out to the wife and the family that I know is watching. Yeah, it was a fun one. Let's hopefully keep the podium trend going. Hopefully we just move up one spot next week.
Well, Greg, congratulations on another second place here tonight. I'm pretty sure you're getting sick of that second stop of the podium, but hopefully you go one step further next week as we head to Pocono. We'll see you there when we head to Pennsylvania.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Tony. You guys put on a great show. Can't wait to watch it again.
Thanks, Greg.
So that was Greg McConey joining us from second place. Joining Tony is a young man that's had a very eventful race here tonight, Connor Trafari.
Yeah, absolutely. Connor, it looked like towards the end of the race that you had thrown it all away coming in with about 15 to go, and then were able to use the pit stop to your advantage when a timely caution came out, and then we saw the chrome horn used by more than one driver here tonight, but give us your side of the story as that last caution came out.
Yeah, like I gave Frank a push on the start to try to get him out front so I can get some better track position going into 1-2. But it seemed like he drifted up the track a little bit, maybe out of the groove. I was off the throttle a little bit on the brakes, trying to give him some space. I couldn't lift anymore because I saw Ryan was coming right behind me, and I knew he and I had running earlier. I didn't really give him the chance to hit me there coming into 3. It was very unfortunate what happened to Frank though.
But Connor, you had a decent run most of the night. A little trouble early on. We saw you have a brush with the wall and then have a little bit of a problem coming off of 2. You had to chase down the track and just barely missing that inside retaining wall. Another coat of paint on either your car or the wall, and you probably would have been in deep trouble.
Yeah, the car it did not handle good. In my case, after like 15 laps, it would either just never turn or just be really loose, and it never really helped early in the race.
Well, the good news is next week the series moves to a track that you did quite well at 3-4 weeks ago when we were there. We go back to the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, and your thoughts on the Tricky Triangle.
Yeah, I personally like Pocono a lot more than the old cars because this package you really manipulate the draft, and if you even have slight damage, you're really screwed. So I'm just looking to keep my car clean at Pocono, and I think I'll have a chance at a good finish there.
All right, Connor. We've seen you do well in just about anything you've driven. Again, the Circle B Diecast Super Speedway Series defending series champion. That's going to get ready to start up here in a couple weeks. Congratulations on another podium finish here in the Rowdy Energy Cup Series. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go tonight?
I'd like to thank the sponsors, Rowdy Energy, Circle B Diecast, Everything I Flag, Butt Kicker, Mirrors More Customs. I'd like to thank my teammate Nick, even though he couldn't make it out tonight. He's been my really only teammate in the Cup Series. I'd like to thank all the admins who put on this league, my main sponsor, Lot 9, and ESPN for putting on the broadcast.
All right, Connor Trafari, best of luck to you next week at Pocono. Looking forward to seeing what you can do there.
Thank you.
As that was Connor Trafari joining us in the booth. I hope I put him back in the right room. I did. As that is pretty much it for us here tonight, Tony. We go from New Hampshire and we return to terra firma as we go to Pocono next week. Going to be pretty much more of the same as what we saw last time we were there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Connor just hit the nail on the head where this car drafts up so differently than any other package that these guys are going to be able to put together in any other car in the simulator. That I mean, you really have to time your runs to get to work the draft, especially coming down the front stretch, or you know, you need to be careful going down the long pond straightaway leading into that tunnel turn, or else you know, it could spell disaster, as we saw a couple of times in the last time these guys were there. You know, you definitely don't want to try to that tunnel turn too wide, and then you kind of have to tiptoe. There's really only one good lane coming through turn 3, and you've got to, again, use that run coming off of 3 and use that draft to time your run just right to hopefully nip it at the line.
Absolutely. We're definitely looking forward to that one when we head there next week. But for now, let's go to the results for tonight's race, and coming home with the victory for the second week in a row was Brandon Lowe's, the Dream Team Inc. driver, really putting on a clinic at the end there, really taking it to the rest of the field. Greg McConey comes home with another second place here, and Connor Trafari rounds out your top 3 here at New Hampshire. Ryan Worley crossed the line for P4, and Cody Strom, great comeback for him, he gets P5 here tonight. Jason Papp in P6, Frank Marchese, heartbreak at the end, he gets P7. Mark McFadden having the Arca break from hell here tonight. It still gets P8 though. Greg LeBlanc in P9. Ryan Decker gets P10. Heartbreak again for Scott Warren here tonight. What has he got to do to get a good result here? He gets P11. Blaze Richardson putting it on the hauler after only 22 laps here tonight. Well, that is going to do it for us here on ESPN. Just a quick look on the schedule here for what's coming up tomorrow. We have a double dip for you as we head to Donington Park with the MX5 Pro Series. That is one that we're going to be looking forward to. You can make sure you to join myself and Jake Sperry in the booth for that one. Then later in the night we head to Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Western States Racing Series, Racing League. Then on Wednesday we have more double dip for you as Sim Racers Edge heads to Kansas, and then just 10 minutes after that we are off to Sebring with the Endurance for Amateurs series. Well, that is going to do it for us here on ESPN. Great racing all around from everybody. A lot of challenges, especially with that turn 2 exit, but we got a winner in the end. It was Brandon Lowe's. Congratulations to him. But for now, that is going to do it for me and my broadcast partner, Tony Trapasso. All that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green. We will catch you tomorrow with more racing action from Donington Park, and then later in the night at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Have a good night.